Hello. Hi, my name is Aria, or Ari. You probably know me better as Ray. I used to be qtcloudii, qtcloudii. I was a gotcha tuber back in 2020 to 2022, I want to say. It's been a while. I've never done a proper face reveal, so this is me. This is what my channel used to look like. I did a lot of miscellaneous things. A lot of gacha, a lot of Genshin later on, a lot of voice acting. I started from voice acting different gacha projects, especially for this one channel called Animations, which used to be called Angel and Devil Gacha. So I was really inspired to start my own channel dedicated to gacha and to one day host my own project, which I did. So I started a channel because I had a mind-boggling 52 subscribers. So I did that first video and people were really supportive, so I started creating more content. And I ended up with I don't even know, 16,000 subscribers? That might be a made up number, but a lot of people. And then I just kind of disappeared from the face of the earth. So I wanted to talk about why and basically what I'm doing now and what the plan is for the future, because I do want to go back to this, but we'll get more on that later. So I had several viral videos. My biggest one I think was called the ticking meme, where it was like my OC evolution over time. That has about over 1 million views. It is taken down now. All of my videos are taken down, as you might have seen. But I have archived all of them, so you can view them anytime, and we will also get into that later. Yeah, I had several viral videos. I was a big voice actor on Animation's channel. I voiced Cheryl in Sorry We're Not Closed. Sorry We're Closed. As well as some other characters on her channel. I think I did some voice acting on other miscellaneous projects, but I really had a goal of starting my own, and that was my big start with YouTube, was wanting to find that project, and I did. So you might also know me as the director and creator of Ismella Academy. Unfortunately, only 2 episodes were posted, but I had a team. I had over 1,000 auditions come in, which was mind-boggling to say the least, and it was such a fun experience. We ended up with a team of like 52 people. So Esmella, just to give you a little refresh, Esmella Academy was this little project that I started and ended up directing and voice acting a lot of the minor characters as well, about this girl with magenta hair whose name is Cassidy. She dies. It was really morbid back in the day, and goes to this place called Ismella Academy. I've been working on the project a lot throughout the years past that. I've been writing a lot. I've fleshed out the entire thing. I don't know if I'm ever gonna do anything with it, just because it was a lot of it was a lot of work. I think at some points my team and I were very overwhelmed, and it was great. But I have to get my cat. Hold on, one second. This is my cat, Rosemary. Say hi. Very nice. But who am I really? I didn't tell anyone my age or anything about myself. I used a fake name, which I technically am also doing now, but that's only because I'm not sure what I actually want my legal name to be once I turn 18. So, plot twist, I am actually 17. I started Ismella Academy when I was 12. I don't know how obvious that was to people. I feel like some people could have easily guessed that, but just based on how I acted, it was very 12 of me. And also, I was a very morbid 12-year-old. But yeah, I was 12 when I hosted this project, and ended up with a lot of people older than me working on. Hi, baby. So I was a minor working on this. I was very lonely during the pandemic. Didn't have a lot of friends, and wasn't living in my normal place, and so I started this project as a way to collaborate with different people, and I met so many amazing people. My best friend Kits, I met through this project. I really couldn't ask for anything more. It was such an interesting experience. I'm writing my college essay about that project, actually. It was such a good experience, and it was so magical. I spent every day working on it, and I made myself so busy, and it was phenomenal. I mean, the show itself was everyone else's stuff was really good. Really good. Seriously, shout out to all of these amazing people who helped me with this project, because I couldn't have done it without you, and I love you all. Oh, there's just such a stark difference. Like, there are like adults who were working on that project that I don't know if they knew that I was a kid. I'm sure they did, but it was crazy how big that project became. Now, it wasn't what I was most known for. I was most known for that OC evolution ticking meme, but that is the real truth. I was 12, and I'm so glad that I didn't show my face during that time, because I got a lot of pressure to, for some reason. A lot of comments were like, can you do a face reveal? Can you do a face reveal? And I was very uncomfortable with that idea. Thank God. So Esmella was my pride and joy, and I loved her so much. She was my favorite. One thing that I'm still asked a lot is why the project ended, or if it's continuing, or if I'm coming back. They're all very different answers to those questions. The project ended, to answer, and it ended in 2022, right after episode 2 was posted. There wasn't any drama, it just kind of just worked that way. Things were starting to finally get back to normal at that point. I was in middle school at the time, so I had finally started going in person to middle school. So there was a lot happening on my plate, and I'm sure that a lot of people on the team were also going back to school or to work even. People just became much more busy over time. So it just sort of faded out and worked that way. I tried to make it work for another year or so, just privately. I didn't want to pressure anyone to get back to that. So I tried to work on it myself, tried to reanimate the first 2 episodes myself, but at that point, we go into 2023, and that's when everything starts coming out about AI, and I just was very scared of that for some reason. I would watch all of those promotional videos from OpenAI about these amazing new features that they were bringing out. So I got very scared for the animation industry. I've been studying business the last few years. I've been following a lot of different companies, specifically like Disney, and, following them during this. And they aren't doing so well anymore. There are several reasons why that could be, but I think AI is a big part of it. Not necessarily that AI can replace it yet, and a lot of people have faith that it won't, which, I have no idea, but that would be great if it didn't. Art is so much more than something that just you can generate. It takes so many hours and people and talent and creativity. Without that, it's soulless. So what have I been doing outside of that? I left YouTube for a long time. I'm back now, hopefully for good. It depends on how this works and how I feel. So far it's been very weird to talk to a camera with a microphone. I had to take this out of the top of my shelf, because I had to dust it off because I haven't used my microphone in so long. It was definitely very nostalgic for me to set it up again and have a bunch of issues connecting it to my computer again, like I did all those years ago. So frustrating, but we got it to work. I am identifying as a girl now. I used to be gender fluid. That used to kind of be my thing. But I think over time, I just found personally that I was very aligned with more feminine things. I spent a lot of time exploring, and of course I still support everyone, and I'm still very queer myself. I go by she, her pronouns now. I have a lot of the same interests and a lot of different interests, which will also tie into what I want this channel's niche to become. I've definitely outgrown Gotcha itself, unfortunately. If you're here for that, I'm so sorry. Not that I judge anyone who still uses it, of course. I heard that there's a Gotcha Life too. I I think I should download that. That should be a video of mine, actually. If you guys are interested, I will go back to Gotcha for that, because I want to know what they changed in Gotcha life too. I am very, very hyper feminine now, whatever that means. I mean, it's a construct, but very pink, very girly. And my dreams, this is like an icebreaker from school. I got a cat. I've really grown to love myself, is a big change from those years. I was very insecure in myself, which I think was a big reason why I didn't show my face, particularly because of my body. I used to post song covers of me singing, which got a lot of hate. Rightfully so, looking back, it was not good. I'm not a singer at all. It just made me fear what people could say, because that wasn't even my worst quality, my body was. So I spent a lot of time deeply, deeply insecure about it, which I think also tied into how I wanted to identify. These past few years, I've really grown out of that. I started wearing makeup. First, alternative, I had my infamous thick eyeliner wing phase. I started getting into fashion, finding what I liked and what worked for me and my body, and making it more comfortable for me, which are things that I've never really done before. I became so much more confident in myself and in my body, and I'm so much stronger now than I used to be. I was very insecure and, well, 12, but, I took everything very personally. So I would get a lot of hate because of content that I made when I was 12. That deeply affected me. I guess that's another reason why I left, too. But most people are really nice, too, is the other thing. I never knew that my channel would grow into what it became. It was a lot of pressure. I mean, it was fantastic, but it was also very scary. And even though 99% of the comments were positive and very sweet and supportive, that 1% where one person would be like, your voice sucks, or something cruel about like the LGBTQ community, I was very sensitive and took a lot of things to heart. Once I grew out of YouTube, I also was going to TikTok, which I never mentioned. I went by Ari, which is where I fell in love with that name, because it was kind of an anagram of Ray. Not really at all, but you get it. 3 letters, R is in there, A is in there, you get it. That was much more Genshin content, and just very silly, like, shit posting that I did.
First, Jenny got it. Then stupid Vicky got it. And I tried everything to get my period.
I want to go back to that, and I want it to be more professional. And not even professional, I want to be more committed to it. I want to grow a channel and a TikTok and an Instagram again, because I really loved doing it. I need a project to be committed to, and I want to be committed to you guys. So this ties into what I want to do for the future. This is sort of like a sales pitch. I want to bring back this channel, but I want it to be my face. A big childhood dream of mine was to become a princess. In my exploration of gender and of loving myself, I want to focus on that. I want to post at least once a week, sort of longer term videos. I also want to start short-term content on Instagram and TikTok. Going back to archiving my videos, I actually have an entire document of every video that I am okay with keeping archived, because some of them were little too much on this Google Doc. So anyone who is upset that I deleted all of my videos, or necessarily interested in the newer content that I have to show, can go back to that document at any time. They will always remain up unless I change my mind. All of my old videos, there was like something with copyright with a lot of my videos. A lot of the audios were taken down, and I'm still not sure how to bring them back. Particularly like with the ticking meme, which was my most popular video. I think there isn't any audio on it, even though I'm not part of the partner program anymore. I don't know. I do encourage you to trust me. Just with this, trust me. I have a vision. I'm very new to this camera and microphone thing, and very nervous, actually. I was very much dreading doing this, but I want to. I loved doing YouTube, and I met so many amazing, incredible friends from it. I want to start again. So I do encourage you to stick with me. Watch the next few videos that I post, see if you like the vibe or not, you know what I mean? Even if it's just like you and me, because I know you're watching this video. So at least one person is. Trust the vision as I get better. If you have any questions or criticisms or comments, please let me know. I will also provide my Discord, which is right here. If you have anything to privately message me about, I'm very open with this. Again, not really professional at all, I know, and I want to make this the best that it can be. I'm still the same person I was. If you have any questions about anything, about even Esmella spoilers, I had the whole thing essentially scripted. So if you were like, what happened between this character and this character, and what was this? There's so much more that happened. And I do hope that one day I can finish that series. My YouTube name is down below. Right now it's qtcloudii, which is so fucking stupid. I will probably change it. I just haven't thought of anything better yet, and it was the only thing that was available on YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. But that's the vibe for now. My goal is to become a princess, and it's going to happen. I really hope you stick around. A lot of exciting content coming up. If you would like, be sure to follow my TikTok and Instagram. I hope you enjoy what I have to offer. If you're still here, thank you to listening to me rant, but thank you so much for listening to me. I hope you're excited to see more. You can unsubscribe if you want. You can stay subscribed. No pressure. I love you guys. You're phenomenal. And thank you for all of the support throughout these years. It really did not go unnoticed. I really appreciate everything that you guys said and how much support I got because of Esmella and because of my channel. It was life-changing, really. And I'll see you later. All right, bye!